Good morning, my beautiful Virgos. I hope you had a great weekend. This is Fearless Soul Tarot bringing you your 12-month 2026 tarot reading. And you start with very nice with the sun. Wow, and a lot of fire. So we're going to do 4 cards from one deck for the first 4 months. We're going to do 4 cards for the second deck for the second 4 months. And then we are going to do the last 4 months of the year with the last deck. Don't forget, these are general readings. Take what is for you, leave the rest behind. If anybody approaches you, offers you money for readings for money, etc., it's not me, because I'm not going to be doing that for the meantime. So this is just 1 month, 1 card per month, let's say, but I am taking from different decks to see what the major ideas for each month, and to see if you have repeated energies, right? A lot of spiritual, it's like strong spiritual major arcana. You've got the Hierophant, the Justice card. You start with the Sun in January, so you're kicking off very nicely, Virgo. I don't know, as usually the planned and organized people that you are, you've probably done an Excel file about the entirety of 2026 and everything you're going to do every day, at least in January. So you're hitting the ground running. Fire energy is Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius. And then you have the Hermit in reverse in March. So something's going to happen that you're going to make maybe some decisions in March. You need to reflect, stop. You've got the Empress in reverse in June. She's been showing up a bit. Exactly the right number of cards, Virgo. So exact. I'm also a Virgo, so I'm kind of talking with knowledge of direct first-hand knowledge of how we are. Well, let me see. King of Wands and the King of Cups in reverse. 2 kings in reverse. I think that came out for the previous one of my previous readings. When you have 2 kings in reverse. What's this? The 9 of Cups. Two kings and the 7 of Wands. The 6 of Pentacles. So, yeah, I can only see the King of the... Oh, no, it's the 9 of Wands and the King of Cups. So we don't really have any repeated cards here. But we've got some pretty strong cards. Just because there are no repeated cards doesn't mean, you know, it's less worse than any other reading. Virgo, perfectionism. So I keep getting this V shape in my mind, this sort of diamond shape. I found this at the beach, which I thought was a very unusual rock. It's a perfect diamond. And I get diamonds in the sky, you know, Rihanna's song. Diamonds are shaped under pressure, Virgo. Don't you forget that. And you start off in January with the Sun. So you've clearly been working like in 2025 to start off with the Sun. Nobody starts off with the Sun without a lot of previous work, right? So even though it might be cold in the Northern Hemisphere, it's still sunny inside your, let's say you're keeping it sunny inside your life, inside your interior kind of garden, your inner life, Virgo. Joy, inspirational success, abundance and fulfillment, exuberant, abundance, activity, creativity, positivity, love, manifesting dreams and inner beauty, and saying yes. Okay? I just heard say yes to the dress. Say yes to the dress for some reason. You are whole, okay, Virgo? You're complete. You are more than enough. You are shining like the sun when you were happy in January. So you're starting with a certain degree of power. And it keeps going in February because you've got the 8 of Wands. 8 of Wands is, again, a very strong card, right? It was, we're saying that Wands are Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. If you don't know the other positionings of your star signs, go and put your exact date, time, year, month, and place of birth. You make sure and double check exactly where it was and what time it was. And you'll see what are the signs you have in your moon and your Jupiter and Venus, and which are important. And your rising sign is also super important, so you can kind of hear the readings with the messages that you think are more important for you at any point. that you don't need to pay anything. They're usually very good ones online that you need to check. Just check the more, well-known ones and you'll find a good result. In February, you're continuing to pick up speed, velocity, travel, making split-second decisions, an upcoming positive resolution of something, haste, good news. Something's accelerating here in February. It's go time. Virgo, you're falling into the flow of this quickening energy and swiftly facing your desires head on. But then in March, something's going to happen like super, super, like I can see like this rocket. But then in March, you're going to have to kind of stop a bit. You have the Hermit in reverse, which is your card, Virgo, by the way, the Hermit. He is the major arcana that symbolizes your sign. Withdrawing from society here in March, trying to be a bit more isolated, maybe feeling a little bit lonely. I keep looking at that snake crawling up his wand, his walking stick. It's like you're seeking without healing. You're feeling like a misfit, but you've done something really extraordinary. That's what I'm hearing here in March. That's why you're feeling like, what next? What's going to happen? You're your inner sage. You're your inner guide. You're your inner mentor, Virgo. Ask your higher power or higher powers to show you the brightest light so that you can see with all your heart, okay, what is going on here inside of you. Because in April, you've got the 10 of Wands. So you are feeling a bit overwhelmed, overburdened, divided attentions, clinging to responsibilities, difficulty in asking for help, Virgo, too self-sufficient. So please be careful here in April to not burn out between February and April, I would say. The oppression of martyrdom, maybe giving too much to others and not giving enough to yourself, letting go of someone else's expectations or everybody else's expectations of you here in April, and the need to stand up for yourself. So release your burdens into the ethers, knowing that the universe will help you to tend to the essentials. Okay, Virgo, because it's going to be good. In May, you have the Justice card. Bam. Don't know why I said bam. Just in May, it's going to be like natural law, balance, karma, retribution, legal matters. Maybe you're dealing with documentations, wisdom, truth, fairness, cause and effect, integrity, objectivity, and being, having a good perspective on things and accountability. So if it's good karma, your good karma is coming to you. It's delightfully loving. It can be motivating as a teacher for you. If it's bad karma, you know what's going to happen if you've done something not so good. I don't feel it's that. I think in June, you've got the Empress in reverse because you're kind of reorganizing, reshifting. You're kind of resetting again. Something happens in March that makes you kind of course correct, I think. The Empress, when she's in reverse, it means overwhelmed emotionally again. So that's what I mean. I think you're going to have two moments where you're going to have to take it easy, which is March and June. March, April, and June. So you're really going to have to prioritize, need for self-care. You're feeling a lack of harmony, and you need to bring that harmony back into your life, sort of the energies of the moon and the world and the sea, connect to maybe the elements again. Don't be over materialistic here in June, Virgo, being overprotective of your creations, being overly dependent on others, and infertility. So it can mean, you're so busy, you're not being able to create abundantly enough to correspond to what your future is going to be. But you have to become ready to give birth to this rich future, whatever the abundance means. 6 of Pentacles, great cards. In August, Pentacles are earth, symbolize earth signs, which is you, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And the 6 of Pentacles is the two-way abundance. So you're giving and receiving, you're flowing, you're being charitable, you're positive and generous, you've got a good mindset, you've got advancement, awakening, inflow, and help coming from others. So it's going. You're showing gratitude for your life. You have an attitude shift here in July and August. grateful for your life through generosity and compassion. And then you top it off in August, sort of in the middle of the year, in the summertime in the Northern Hemisphere, so a little bit over the middle of the year. You top it off in August with this wonderful energy of the Hierophant, who is basically the high priest version of the high priestess, which is one of my favorite cards that happened to not show up in this reading. But so traditions, lessons, spiritual leaders and guides in August. Enlightenment, awakening, you're in service of the spirit, formal education and training, and new paradigms. So any of these things could be happening in August for you. Virgo, you are your own guru. You are, and that says in the Hermit as well. And the guidance you need is rooted in your faith, your beliefs, and your unique essence. So trust yourself here in August. There's a King of Cups in reverse in September, which I think can mean, because you're so focused on these sort of this transition, you are missing maybe some of the signs, overprotecting your heart. So be more open to love if necessary. Careful if there's a player coming into your life or a jealous partner, you know, somebody moody, sulking. You don't be this person, okay? Negative emotions, Virgo, blocking your progress and disappointment here in September. Be careful. You need to be in touch with your emotions to be able to appreciate what's coming next. You've got the September, yeah. In October, you've got the Nine of Cups in reverse. Again, cups are water signs, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, and they're all in reverse here, and the two of them in September and October. So I think you need to pay attention to your feelings here. That's what I'm getting the most. That's funny. You've got an Eight of Wands in the upright and you've got an Eight of Wands in reverse. So you do have a repeated card, but it's just not in the same position, so it doesn't really match as a meaning. But you've got two Eights of Wands, which is strange, like in two huge decks. The card that flies out is the Eight of Wands. The Nine of Cups is in reverse here in October. You're going to feel a sense of delayed gratification, unfulfilled desires. I mean, it could be any of these things. Unmanifested dreams, greed blocking your path, not appreciating the single things in life, and smugness. You open your grateful hearts to the gifts that are coming your way. That's what you need to work on, Virgo, because you've got the Eight of Wands again, but in reverse in November. So there's definitely something you need to be patient here about, because you've got instability, delays, a bit of unfocused energy, lack of direction, tendency to hesitate. It's go time again, okay? You're falling into the flow of this quickening energy and swiftly facing your desires head on. But you need to work on this energy in October and November. October and November, the whole of the last quadrimester is going to be a bit of a slug and an effort for you, because you've got the Nine of Wands in reverse in December. Overly ambitious, careful. You need to be more compassionate. You're going to have such a high here in the middle of the year, especially in July and August. You're going to be like, I'm so amazing. And here you're going to be careful. You need to check yourself, Virgo, in December, because you're over kind of working. It's going really well. And overly ambitious, need for compassion, egomania, being too assertive, careful, okay? The Knight of Wands is like unfocused energy, self-sabotaging with fiery emotions, careful not to be reckless, the need for more self-awareness, and a bit cocky, right? So in the pursuit of the imagined, you need to manifest this fire with infectious feelings of inspiration, but also with kind of moderation, I'd say. Just check yourself. I'd say check yourself in between February and March. So February, March, April, especially between March and April, because you're going to feel a bit overburdened. Then in June, and definitely the last 4 months of the year, when you'll be like going quite strongly, but also you need to not lose balance just because it's the last 4 months of the year, okay? Keep the structure, Virgo. You know how to do this. Treasure Island. I mean, may I say any more? Need I say more? Card number 9 is Treasure Island. Wow. Wow, 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 Virgo. Let's read what it says. Treasure Island. The law of attraction. makes symbols materialize. The manifestation of results through positive thinking, the abundance emerges apparently from nowhere. Financial gain and sharing your good luck, which matches here in July. Exactly what this card means, the Six of Pentacles. Even the colors are similar. Wow. Can you see it? There you go. Amazing. So the general message of the Oracle, because there are more specific messages, this is what we have time for. You have made a huge effort and you've acted according to your unwavering faith in abundance. And suddenly you got the jackpot, Virgo. You discovered the map for the treasure, the hidden treasure, and you have kind of had access to a limited potential inside you. Though what you have to upgrade is your capacity to recognize when X marks the spot, okay? And that capacity is when some of the opportunities that are golden opportunities can be obvious, but others might not be so evident. So look through the opportunities carefully. Trust your intuition to illuminate your path. What does the Hermit say? That's your card in March. Trust your intuition to illuminate your path. And in this phase, which is really prosperous, when you're going into it, that all your hard and slow work of navigating your inner life is finally externally paying off. So at this moment, you are lucky. Here in 2026, you're going to be lucky in all aspects of your life. Don't forget to take advantage of it and share it with others. There is a shared treasure that is multiplied as if by magic. Okay, I don't know what you're doing, Virgo, but it's clearly going to work. I hope you like this reading. Please, this is a brand new channel, so it's really important to like, share, subscribe. To subscribe, all you need is to press that little bell that you see in the bottom right-hand corner of your video. It will automatically give you the videos when I upload them on your feed, and you don't have to, go looking for them. And also, it helps the algorithm share the video freely with whoever needs to hear this message, okay? Fearless Sotero here. Thank you very much, and have a great week. We'll be in touch, Virgo, so it looks like your year is going to be amazing. Bye.